Hey, fellas, how y'all doing today? John,
Brian.
you are Jeff. John, you are very smart in football, and I want to ask you. I need your true opinion. Don't tell me about the record, John. Don't this team look like just a good team with a good record, and they not a top 7 team in the NFL? Didn't it sound like that yesterday? That they just a good team.
They are just a good team, and when you look at the conference, all right, and the NFC. Who's the best team? You got the Eagles and you got the Niners, and then it feels like you've got everybody else. And you could throw in Seattle there. You could throw in the Cowboys there. The Saints are hanging around because they're in a bad division. But so what I'm saying is you're a good team that right now is in a good position because the NFC kind of stinks.
John, I understand what you're telling me. I don't see the Lions beating San Francisco, Dallas.
Oh no,
Seattle,
no.
Seattle.
Don't misunderstand what I said. I did not mean to make it sound like I think that they can beat the Eagles or the Niners. I think if they play the Seattle Seahawks, that they can match up with them and they can beat them. Maybe they split that one. If they play 10 times, it's 5-5. But I don't think that right now they're nowhere near where the Eagles are, or they're nowhere near where the Niners are now that they've added Chase Young to the mix defensively.
John, I gave the Lions all the credit in the world, and I hate the Lions. But, man, yesterday, that defense, John, that was downright horrible. And I kept hearing how great the offensive line was. Man, they got smoked yesterday, and I mean smoked.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Jeff.
I'm curious. You are a Lions hater. You've been very obvious about this. Are you? I mean, you got to be happy. Are you expecting doom and gloom?
Oh no, you got to let the season. You got to let the season play out.
Look at you.
You got to let the season play out because you never know. But man, yesterday I sat there and actually watched the whole game, and that defense was downright trash.
That's pathetic. No, the whole
defense was trash.
But Brian, I appreciate the call.
Yeah, and so I was going to ask him.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to hang up.
No, that's all right. If you feel like there's a fix. Because the problem that you're in right now is that trade deadline has passed. The free agents that were out there have mostly been gobbled up. I know everybody talks about Ndamukong Suh, and unless something happened yesterday, I don't think he's
I kind of feel that's a pipe dream, but yes.
But still, like that, where are you going to make this defense better? So you've got to find a way. It's up to Aaron Glenn to make this defense better. You're going to have to dial up some blitzes. You're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to be unique. You have to do it at the right times. And then it really comes down to the players on the field have to do something. And in the last few weeks, they haven't.
So Dan Campbell said after the game, I got some time to look at some things. Dan Campbell, whatever you want to say about him, over the last 21 games, has a pretty damn sterling track record. So if there's one guy that I trust can get this team back to playing good football, because he has, and every loss follows a winning streak. So I have no reason to believe that it won't be the same this time. But caller Brian calls up all the time. He's dead on. And I kind of think other people that are thinking the same way, they're dead on too. I feel, John, that we're seeing it right in front of our face. We're seeing this team deteriorating. We're seeing the defense get worse and worse. The offense was an issue the last 2 games as well. I just don't think we want to admit with this team that it could be happening again to us.
I'm not ready to admit that.
I'm not either.
You just spent the last 60 seconds going down that road. You've spent the last 3 hours going down that road.
I stuck up for Dan Campbell. I'm just bringing it up. But I do think about it. I have thought about it. I think people are thinking about it. Are you not thinking about it?
It's a concern.
Okay,
it's a concern that
we've
seen other teams improve. And other teams improve with the roster that they have. They're playing better. Dallas being the number one, where they're improving. Did they add anything at the trade deadline? Nothing of substance.
No.
And so you're looking at them playing better now than they were when they lost to Arizona or when they lost to San Francisco and got boat raced. They played well against the Eagles. Now, you could say, okay, it's a division opponent. I get that. They're going to play them twice. But they're a team that's playing better now than they did at the beginning of the year. Are the Lions playing better now than they were at the beginning of the year? No,
but that could change. You're absolutely right. It could change. And by the way, if you make the postseason, you win your division, maybe all the pressure comes off. Ford Field, insane for a home playoff game. Maybe that gets you going in the right direction in the postseason.